My name is Arik and I've been living here in Israel now for 4 years. And I've been working with people in the high-tech industry here now for about 2.5. And before arriving in Israel, I lived in Silicon Valley in Palo Alto, California for 30 years, where I had the opportunity to work at such great companies as Xerox PARC and Apple Computer, and part of founding teams of various startups, some of which are publicly traded today. And I had a variety of experiences that I've learned a lot in my time. I arrived in Silicon Valley at a different time when you built a company, you had an idea, you created a product, you secured funding, you got the company to where it was making a profit, then you took it public, and everybody was happy, and those days are gone. People look at different things now in companies, and so it's a very different time. So let me first comment on, what kind of characteristics really typify a good entrepreneur, and what kind of knowledge does one need, and what kind of knowledge does one need to gain. So I think you'll hear this from many people in the industry. It's not really something that's so unique, but starting a company, like starting anything, like even starting a country or being a pioneer, and like the pioneers were here, they came to Israel many years ago in the Yeshuv period, you have to have a passion and a dream. And because there's so many obstacles that get in your way along the course, that you really have to be so passionate and believe so much in what you're doing that you'll surmount all these problems along the way. So if you start up a company with an idea that it's a cute idea, that's a nice idea, but you don't go at home at night, lose sleep about it, and think about it perhaps outside of your family, that's all you think about, then you should give second thoughts to really whether being an entrepreneur and starting a company is really for you. You really need to be a passionate believer in what you're doing. The knowledge is important. I think what's more important than knowledge is your ability to learn fast, which means a reasonably high intelligence, and an adaptability. Because no one knows it all in the beginning, and especially if you're starting a brand new company in a market that's not already created, you're in a space no one's been before. And so you have to be able to think quickly. You have to be open to advice, open to ideas from others that let you massage, adapt, formulate your idea, and focus it on a really narrow area. It's important, I can't underrate the importance of the word focus. What makes startups typically successful where big companies fail is the ability to focus. If you're lucky enough, you pick the right idea in the right market, and lucky enough it's the right time, because don't underestimate the importance of timing. And you focus on that idea, and you have all the other ingredients of a good entrepreneur, intelligence, move quickly, passionate, then you have a great shot at being successful. But it's a combination of these factors, and some of them are inside your control and some of them are not. Also, in this category of luck, if you will, what people that often don't start companies that don't understand is that there's an element of providence to what you do as an entrepreneur. You start up a company and you really don't know not only the obstacles, which we already talked about, to come your way, but all of a sudden the things that fall in your lap, the things that you would have never guessed that maybe this company over here was looking for the solution that you've got, or these individuals over here are looking for exactly what you're looking for and you had no idea. Or maybe you need to adapt your idea a little bit, and boom, there's a market you never thought of existed before. And I use the word providence. There are religious people who would use a different word, but and some people use the word luck. It's fortitude and believing, and then eventually arriving at the right destination. I guess the other ingredient you really need to be a good entrepreneur is perseverance. There'll be a lot of people who will laugh in your face. A lot of people will say that that's a crazy idea, and it may even be a crazy idea. But sometimes crazy ideas are what make great companies. And there's no one person or one company or one investor who knows it all. Any investor you meet will have passed on a whole list of opportunities that later on in life he regrets because they became very big companies. And just because a bunch of people turn you down, don't lose hope, because they may or may not know what they're talking about. And so don't take it too seriously. I wish you all the best of luck. I think you're joining a long line of entrepreneurs who have existed since long before the time of Henry Ford and many other inventors before him who created great companies. I recommend the process to anybody out there because it's a very thrilling and very invigorating way of living your life.